Right.
I was like, man, what's with all this pipe brain? Like, calm down. Like,
Right.
like you really gonna, boss up on some motherfuckers picking up truck.
Yeah.
Like, he brought that shit on himself. You want to get picked up.
Right.
You don't need no old lady
Exactly, Michael.
to fast mouth anybody.
Right.
You got enough fucking motherfuckers to lie for him. You know what I mean? And hype him up for all the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just thought it was kind of funny the way he did it, like the way he said it, like, calm down, old lady, you doing too much.
Right.
And like, she knew she was gonna say some wild shit because she started off with a disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then he hugged her, like, what was
Okay,
the
there you
point
are,
of going up
Sabaka.
there anyway? Why did she go up there anyway? Was she being honored in some sort? And while you're there, like, did she speak on anything for us specifically? Or she just
that's all we care about, Michael, is substance
like,
over symbolism.
Exactly.
Don't be fucking with him.
Mm-hmm. Master Trump been good to me.
Yeah,
he got the crime down in the city.
Yeah.
You the bow.
Yeah, like, don't be messing with
that bullshit.
I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna hurt you.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna put a hurting on you.
Yeah. Go get the switch. Like, all right, calm down, lady. Like, why you so happy about this shit?
Right.
And like in a linebacker way.
Yeah.
Like she gonna protect him and shit. Oh, lady, sit down. Like, but also, like, did you speak on us? You had the man's ear. You know what I mean? When you have the man's ear, did you speak on, reparations or anything? Like,
right.
Stop fucking with black people's shit.
An anti-black hate crime bill.
Yeah. Stop.
Exactly.
Anything.
And then no, I'm sorry, Lady Check. Go ahead. My bad.
Spazzing out. She got a hug and hands shaking. That's that. Like, you flew out there for that, but you didn't even mention us or think about, legacy or, I don't know, reparations. God knows you know about reparations, old lady.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, this shit. You got the man's ear. Why don't you take any opportunity to put it in his ear? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do this, and you know.
Right.
Why waste a perfectly good opportunity?
Right.
Like, I'm so thankful that he protect the city. Now, can you cut the check?
Right.
Right there, the perfect opportunity.
Right.
But would have been like,
right.
She wilded out, but at least she addressed it.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's great. You protect the city. You took ice and blah blah blah. Like, can you cut that check, please?
Yeah, she felt like Trump was her master.
Right.
Messiah.
You got the man's ear for like a whole 8 minutes. Like, you don't think you could have squeezed in, cut the check, motherfucker?
Right.
You know what I mean? Mr. Man of Peace won't show us shit.
Yeah, she probably wanted to kiss Trump and marry him. Oh my God.
Bedouin syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that. But either way, like, you got the man's ear. You might as well milk it for its worth.
Yeah.
And as black people, like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are we that starstruck?
Just happy to be there.
You that starstruck? Like, you ain't see, he's just an old white man.
Right. With money.
Like an old white corrupt white man. Like, like, for real, you can see that in your own city. You don't gotta
right.
watch it.
Right.
Just go to City Hall. Walk down the block, hit the gentrified area.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're kind of bitter old fat white men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you serious? Like, what? You that starstruck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, with the bitch over there with the Popeyes chick, huh?
Oh my God,
right?
Not that, bro.
Shaking
hey, salute, Goddess Navi.
You
got Goddess Navi in the building.
Remember when I was clapping?
Is Goddess Navi out to shy?
No, no, she's out of where you're used to be. She's in Whackdale, remember?
You see what I'm saying, though? Like, that starstruck black.
Whackdale.
Palmdale.
Oh, yeah, Whackdale. Okay, yeah, she's out there in the middle of the desert. Yeah, so I know she's feeling this cold there. All right, sister, greetings to you across the desert.
I just say it's a waste of an opportunity when we black people, we got the man's here for whole, whether it be 1 minute, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. You dig?
Yeah.
Like, you have the opportunity.
That's true, Michael. They didn't do nothing to reduce crime.
That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Lady Che. All right, Shabaka, what are your thoughts on this mammy?
Okay, once again, it's the Bedouin syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And when you really look at it, black people, after all of what we've been through, as Dr. Marimba Ani said about the Ma'afa, a
Yeah,
tragedy is so bad it's beyond description. This
yeah.
woman goes to show that we are not in our right mind on a collective basis.
Clearly.
I mean, why do you think we created the group and the hashtag resurrection of the mental dead? And she daggone sure is a candidate for it.
She said, but it's hella cold at night.
Yeah, it is. Well, Goddess Nabi, I know that. The desert goes from one extreme to the other.
She could have hit, she should have hit him with the tangibles.
Right. I mean, I think you focused on the wrong shit. She didn't take the opportunity to, like, cut the check or, something. Do the right thing, like reparations, whatever. She had a good minute in front of the camera.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And Master Trump, you need to cut the check for reparations. Something.
Right.
Okay, now somebody's putting here in the chat that we need to go independent.
Yeah, we do. We've been there.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I've been independent for over a decade.
On that.
And I'm thinking is that the independent party, Brother Che, is going to get some upswing. Because this
decades. Right.
Yeah, been over two. I've been independent for 13 years.
Oh, okay.
A quick little minute, but
okay.
I don't really vote anyway because I find it to be non-tangible.
I haven't voted Democrat down ballot or blue no matter who since Sambo.
Like two.
Yeah, and who did I write in, man? On the last election, I think it was Snoopy.
Snoopy or Mickey Mouse, one of the two.
Yeah, it was Snoopy or Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying?
The mail, remember I left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lady Chain voted in a minute.
Why? I don't know.
Exactly. And then I've been kicking people off my like page, all idiots. I've been bopping them upside the head.
Yeah. So auntie, grandma, you should have hit them with the tangibles.
Yeah.
Doing all that performative political theater, and you could have hit them with the tangibles. Like, hey, and
okay.
You can cut the check for reparations to freedmen or something. Since you said we built the country and we have been getting acknowledgement.
Black History Century.
Right. Since it's Black History Month, Black History Year, and Black History.
Right.
Show me, maybe a believer.
But Black family, Black history is 365 days a year. Black history is not American history. It is world history.
Who are you, Mr. Hatley?
Well, we got a troll.
I think so.
Santana Jones ain't doing your party any favors. Okay, my man. Click on the link. Come up here and join us.
That ain't no party of ours. We're not beholden to either of the parties. They can both collapse for all we care. So you must be here because we independent.
Yeah, because they two sides of the same coin.
At least right here in Colorado, where
more bums, some more bums.
Well, you'll get no argument from me on that. There was a black woman running in 2020, and I wrote her name and voted for her. She was married with kids. Jade Simmons, born in 78.
Oh, Jade Simmons, I voted for her in 2020. That's who I voted for.
Okay.
Jade Simmons in 2020. Yeah, she's out of Houston, Shabaki.
Oh, okay. Down there in Great State, Texas.
She supported reparations. That's the only reason why I voted for her, because she supported reparations. She had.
Okay. As well as she should.
Sentence of slaves on her platform. That's the only reason why I voted for her.
Okay.
All right. So is that your final thoughts on the mammy?
Yeah, you know what it is. Oh, okay. I see Lady Che up there in the group chat. Okay, Lady Che. Okay. I mean, man, how can I put this here to you? Once again, people, we are in need of, on a collective basis, resurrection of the mental dead. Okay? Right. What is resurrection?
Yes, it was
a new birth.
Exactly. She supported the nuclear family. She supported reparations. She was a wholesome sister. So I voted for her. I said, okay, well, this sister supports reparations. I like her values. She's an independent. I'm a supporter, and I voted for her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I damn sure Bernie Sanders, and I wasn't voting for Kamala Harris. So
that's out of the question. I'm not gonna do nothing strictly for black people. No. Yeah.
That's right, the troll God. Deport all the tethers. Deport them all. Whoever streak and stop talking and generalizing, sir. I think that's she's talking to the. Is she talking to you or me?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What you say?
She said, whoever that is speaking, stop talking and generalizing, sir.
You know what? I would imagine that would be you. I mean, I'm sorry. I would imagine it would be me.
Look, I don't think anybody can tell us what to do on our own platform.
Oh, yeah. Kamami's a joke. That's definitely.
Yeah, she is.
You must feel some kind of way.
Hello, Jesse. Not at all. Kamala is an embarrassment to us mixed black women. Now, let me tell you something, Goddess, about you being a mixed black woman. Man, with all due respect, okay, you would still qualify for the auction block, man.
Right.
Yeah. But we're over that, Shabaka, that you qualify for the auction block don't mean that you one of our kinfolk. Because all still not kinfolk.
Well, that's true, but you gotta understand.
These tethers got to go, Shabaka. That's why they got to go. One of the many reasons.
Well, like what Malcolm X said, with the philosophies.
I guess you're talking about
field Negro and a house Negro.
I've been independent for 13 years at Goddess Nobby. So
I mean, we're independent over here in Colorado.
I got my own party. Right. I have a unity party. I have my own party here in the state of Colorado, right. And that I'm the junior chairman of. So
correct. And none of that, but being an independent is a people's choice.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the parties. It's a people's choice.
She's speaking on Michael. Okay, got you, twin. Lady Shay, I was talking about you. Huh? Oh, she's not talking about you, Lady Shay.
I be like, man,
she couldn't catch that guy's name. She's talking about the either Michael or the dude that was trolling. She's speaking on.
Oh, she's speaking on Michael.
Disrespectful.
I wouldn't be disrespectful at all. Like, I'm respectful.
You are very respectful, so we appreciate you.
No, I didn't know who said it because I can't see the chat. I'm trying to see the channel. I can't even see the channel.
Wow.
Like I'm shadow banned all the way. Like I can't look at nothing.
It's on your channel.
Look at what happened with the Church of Black Power.
Yep.
I had to figure it all out. And he didn't even have it blocked. I couldn't see his channel.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the live.
Well, the shadow banning is real.
They shadow banned me for real. This is like the Twitter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this the next step.
She said that sucks, Lady Shay.
Yes, I couldn't see the chat.
That just means we're getting somewhere. That's all.
But I didn't do nothing to get struck, Jesse. So
I understand that, Lady Shay.
I played that documentary yesterday. That's why.
Secondly, like in my defense, like I feel like the shadow banning for me is hella real. Like even in the city, they're always telling me to tone down, turn down.
No, they always do that to us.
Don't you know what I mean? Like the militants is just too much for them to handle.
To Friday Jones.
You know what I mean? I'm mixed. I'm a light skin. I'm mulatto, right? I'm mulatto, right?
Yeah.
And so they'll like tone down the blackness, like, cause you can't tell me I don't give a fuck what you say.
Tone down for what?
This is who I am. And not only that, but right now is the temperature for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's the right political climate for it.
Yeah, it's a temperature. Yeah. Everybody go speak up. Everybody gonna be cool in.
Yeah, well, everybody's bigger to be black this month.
Right, and no, because I don't believe in that. Like that code switching, that cooling, that shit is like temporarily February.
Yeah.
No, I'm like this every day, all day, without the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You just ask Jessie.
Yep.
Without the camera. You know what I mean? Like all day.
She's worse in person.
Worse in person. And Jessie recording. I don't even know when he's recording. I have all kind of hot moments.
Yeah.
The kind of motherfuckers cracking in the street. Shit. You do the boats.
I slipped up and called motherfuckers crackers on Church of Black not Church of Black Power. Torian Rain Reloaded earlier.
By accident. That was accident.
Yeah. I'm proud of all my ancestry, even the African. I don't care how white trash.
I'm proud of all my ancestry, even the African, and I don't care how white trash supremacists feel about it.
At least you know.
Oh, okay. Goddess, no.
Be thankful about that, because this motherfucker like me, who's like an
orphan,
has no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like everything's a slab to me. I question everything now.
Yeah.
Especially like my own vessel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know my own vessel. And I'm 40-something years old.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, at least you know, be thankful for that, because you don't want to be an orphan trying to figure it out as you fight for reparations for your people.
Man, you sound terrible. Get you that lime juice, man.
Smoking weed.
I'm smoking weed. It's the fake.
You know what I mean? Be thankful, because we're fighting for reparations for y'all. I'm
good looking out, Shabaka.
Like, I have to figure out my peoples. I got one side figured out. Yeah. But the most important side, I have no motherfucking idea who that woman is that gave birth to me.
Ooh,
real
damn, Lady J.
That's a real thing. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a real thing.
Damn, Lady J.
Yeah, I figured out the father's side. I got black people all over the father's side. They only come in two shades.
Yeah.
Right? Old girl say, Jesse, you puffy puff. Passing, bro.
Yeah, passing the vape pen.
Right, yeah. So know something, and you could be proud of it. I figured it out little by little, but not for me. I just gotta have something for the general conversation where I'm speaking about getting reparations for everybody else.
All right, we gotta switch gears to the next topic. But thank you for that, Lady J. So the next topic is a transformer that decided he was gonna shoot up a hockey game.
Lord have mercy.
So our brother Professor Black Truth's gonna give us his Friday crime report.
Professor, and this is the moment of truth.
Moment of truth.
And now the Friday crime report. Pawtucket, Rhode Island, Monday, February 16th, 2026. 2:30 p.m.
Oh, he busted.
Yes, it has happened again. The site of the carnage this time, where else? A school shooting, because that's the place of choice for these lunatics. This time it was a little bit different. The shooter wasn't one of the students, but this was one of the parents. And sadly, even that isn't necessarily a novelty. I've covered for you a number of these school shootings being carried out by adults. But everything else about this latest carnage tracks with all the other incidents, and just like all the others, the white media refuses to connect the dots because they know where it will lead. The scene of the latest kill spree was the Dennis Lynch Arena, where a high school hockey game was taking place. An event where there were no black people present, by the way. The shooter immediately made a beeline for one woman in particular, gunned her down, then the man who was with her. He also shot and wounded 3 other people, a couple of elderly folks who were with the woman and her son, along with another middle-aged man.
Carry a man to
that
his
was
grave,
when the shooter killed himself. He would later be identified as 56-year-old Robert Dorgan. The first person he killed was his ex-wife, Rhonda, and their son, Aiden Dorgan. He then went on to wound the grandparents, Linda and Gerald Dorgan, as well as a family friend, Tom Garuso. Police say that they're still trying to find out what the exact motive was for this kill spree, but the reality is, does it really matter with these guys? Now, the story of Robert Dorgan only becomes more unusual from there. First of all, he allegedly had a gender reassignment surgery in 2020, and at this point was now allegedly going by the name Roberta Esposito. Robert and Rhonda got married in 1992, but the marriage ended in February of 2020 when Rhonda Dorgan filed for divorce. In the divorce filings, Rhonda had originally said that Robert's gender reassignment surgery and his narcissistic personality traits were her grounds for the divorce. But at some point thereafter, she changed it, crossed out that description, and wrote, irreconcilable differences. One gets the feeling that phrase was doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Right,
and as for Robert or Roberta, that didn't stop this person from deciding to let everybody know that they were proud of their new identity and you better not question it. Now, when these incidents happen, which is every day, we always get the dominant society going into the usual routine where they try to play dumb and act like they don't know how this could have happened. Gee, if only someone had posted something online that would have given a clue that this guy was thinking about killing people. Well, as it turns out, that's exactly what he did. He had been posting at least once that if people kept bashing transgenders like himself, then they shouldn't wonder why they go berserk. And he made sure to put the word berserk in all caps. Now, if this had been a black person who was making threats online, the cops would have been all over them and it would make the news. But as we've seen time and time and time again, racial immunity from the law makes it where the so-called authorities don't do anything about certain people. But the reality is this punk had more red flags than a Chinese parade. His social media was a smorgasbord of threatening and unhinged behavior. This demonic creature was filling its mind, such as it was, with all kinds of right-wing lunacy, from reruns of election fraud conspiracy theories to a constant stream of anti-black racist sewage. And of course, you find that he loves the usual suspects like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. In fact, when it came to Alex Jones, this creep had a real love affair with that guy. It seems this idiot from InfoWars was a daily obsession for this killer. And he revered other psychopathic murderers, so he wished Robert Lee, of all people, a happy birthday. Keep in mind, Robert Dorgan was a man from Rhode Island, a Yankee, and yet he made it a point to celebrate a traitor who killed Yankees. It just goes to show what a complete fraud the whole intersectional identity thing is. In fact, he reposted a Twitter tweet that mocked the death of that female U.S. Army pilot whose helicopter collided midair with that airliner last year. A tweet that mocked her death as being caused by DEI. You see, you got somebody here who is a member of the LGBT community. In fact, they were threatening people if you decided not to respect their pronouns. And yet this exact same individual spent most of their time talking about how bad black people are and how important whiteness is. That's because this guy understood that whiteness is what his position in the world was based on, not what gender he showed to identify as, and not anything else. This murderer understood that his whiteness was the overriding, overarching absolute that had to be protected at all costs, not gender identification. This is a culture that we're dealing with here, one that is protected, sanctioned, and encouraged by this sick society. Because you won't be surprised to learn that this racist Robert What's-His-Name had numerous children by numerous women, at least a half dozen. So he's a typical deadbeat baby daddy on top of everything else, which the white media never shows you. And predictably, one of his spawn was named Kevin Calantonio. This guy set fire to a black church in 2024. During the investigation, the police found notebooks full of Kevin Calantonio's rantings. In one entry, he wrote, quote, "Hunt them down, gun everyone down that isn't white. If one is white, spread the gospel. Always give our bloodline a chance."
You in the chat.
Always give our bloodline a chance? Really? Now, this is typical white supremacist dogma, but I gotta wonder how this creep's fellow white supremacist would feel knowing that his father, or was it mother, is a transgender? And how do the white supremacists feel knowing that this guy killed at least 2 white people and injured 3 others? But then again, the racist right-wing ideology isn't the most important thing to these people. The most important thing is have white children, regardless of whether you're...
Somebody in his damn family is a transgender. This motherfucker.
Okay, now, based on what I just heard, people, his mother is a transgender. So how did his quote-unquote mother give birth to him?
His mother was
the crack of his ass.
His father is now his mother.
His father is now his mother.
That's the only logic I can see in
it. Man, I'm gonna be ill, man.
How the fuck we supposed to know? This is a question for them.
That's
all confusion right there. Look, if we're confused, how does it make sense to them? They live in a world of pure imagination. That's the only reason it makes sense to them. But we're confused. And we're doing like what they call homophobic bullshit. No, cuz you're just...
That's him at his son's graduation.
It's weird. It's like...
And that's dude on the left, right? On the far left, right? That's his mother.
That's a whole dude.
But that's his mother.
Yeah, that's his girlfriend.
What?
That's his girlfriend. That's his mother. Yeah.
Brother Che, to our audience, I'm saying is, with that head standing over there on the left side, that is an insult to my intelligence.
Real want to get on camera, y'all. He want to say hi, I guess.
Amaru.
Ew.
Hey, being a kitty.
Say hi to the people.
Ew. Ew.
Look at this big boy. Yeah, big boy.
Ew. You got a scratch and post for him yet?
No, I looked at one at Walmart. They wanted $25 for that goddamn thing.
Like
actually, Che, you can make. Oh yeah, but you in the cold, man. Because I was gonna say you can make one, man. Just get a piece of carpet.
Yeah.
You know, put two 2x4s together. You know, make it about say 18 inches tall, and just wrap the carpet around it and staple it on there.
Yeah.
No, tie it on there.
If I had the proper tools to do that, I would.
Yeah. Then Amaru can get some sparring in.
But I seen one at Walmart. I was gonna get it. It's $25 though.
Yeah, Michael. The two parents look like the same sex couples.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, that dude on the left is not a woman because I don't see no estrogen nowhere.
Yeah.
Now the woman on the right, I see estrogen, but she's ugly as hell.
We got Amaru. Crew named them Amaru, and Khalifa. After playing Khalifa of California.
Mm-hmm.
And these two, man, all I do is talking and
they're bad. They're bad babies. But they love me. They're bad babies, but they love me.
They all see somebody shit talking with a spray bottle.
They get scared when they see that bottle. They're like, uh-oh, we're going to hide now.
But you have to understand, when it comes to the cat, you are the pet.
Ladies,
they're not your pet. You are their pet.
They're not going to I'm laying on something in the sink.
Yeah, he stay in the sink.
Right? You lay on some metal thing, and all you hear is ting, 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 ting. Mm-hmm. And I go take it from him.
He got the Allen key.
Jumps off the sink. Hops over a box.
He got the damn Allen key.
Climbed onto the kitchen sink.
Lifting his tail up and down.
Play with
it. Yeah. Playing with the Allen key. You know, the Allen key will make noise when they hit the surface.
Yeah. He sat on it, so I couldn't get it to him. And I was like, man, I don't give a fuck what you doing.
Okay, well, that's Amaru's way of hitting the speed bag. Getting the timing together.
Yeah. I thought he was slow. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
he is not slow. Amaru is smart.
No, he's smart as hell.
He's a smart boy.
Big,
I need to get a maze for them. Have them move through the maze. I'm gonna train these monsters.
The perfect kitty to get is a panther.
Yeah,
well, I think he's a baby leopard.
Baby leopard. I should talk to him like that.
Well, they're first cousins is because a panther ain't nothing but a leopard. And if you look at his coat real closely, you'll see his spots.
Yeah, right. She calls this. She said he was going to be a baby leopard. And that's exactly what the hell he grew into.
I hyped him up.
Okay, and Goddess Navi says cats rule their owner is very true. Yeah.
Yeah, they like him. They talk to him and everything.
They love me to death.
Yeah, I'll see him be like.
By the way, too, Brother Che, hot off the. Oh, not stepping on your conversation, Lady Che. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I think all when they look at me, they just see disciplinary.
They see the warden. That's what they see, the warden.
And I'll be like, man, come over here. Like, I want they're mine. They're supposed to be for me. That's mine. I've been waiting for 5 years for them. So for him to be like, they liking this shit, it makes me mad.
What, Ruru?
I mean, like, I'm not going to feel like a little hater. Like,
they go Ruru again.
Like,
yeah, Michael, they do look like a same-sex couples. They fucked up in the head.
Yep, like the Kardashians.
Particularly that dude on the left.
Ruru. Say hi, Ruru.
The camera, say hi.
Say hi, Ruru. Look at the camera. Say hi. He real quiet all of a sudden. He sure want the attention though.
You hear him talking the whole time. He's like,
he growling.
Amaru saying, "I'm on TV."
Yeah.
Say hi to Shabaka.
Say hi to Shabaka and those two.
Jesse lost Khalifa in my coat in the chair.
Yeah.
He was looking for her. And she right in front of him.
This shit, yo. He blended in with the coat.
Blended in with my pea coat. I was like,
Ruru, you can't get on the counter, boy.
So that's what happened. He was on the counter. He gets off the counter. He gets on the counter. Look.
Here we go. Yo, climb my shoulder.
Come on, Lucas. No. Oh, man. Get over here, Mommy.
Oh, he gonna give kisses. Look at him. He loves daddy. All right, let me get back to this. So I just paused it to make that interlude.
Man, you don't have that pony hat on, don't you?
The Broncos, goddammit. It's always Broncos over here.
GMO ponies.
And it's GAY Gators.
Well, I told them to leave town or change their name. No, I told them to straight shake the spot, man. They misrepresenting Sin City, man.
All right, let's get back to the professor.
All right.
Half dozen. So he's a typical deadbeat baby daddy on top of everything else, which the white media never shows you. And predictably, one of his spawn was named Kevin Calantonio. This guy set fire to a black church in 2024. During the investigation, the police found notebooks full of Kevin Calantonio's rantings. In one entry, he wrote, quote, "Hunt them down, gun everyone down that isn't white. If one is white, spread the gospel. Yeah. Always give our bloodline a chance."
Always.
Yeah,
always give our bloodline a chance. Really? Now, this is typical white supremacist dogma, but I gotta wonder how this creep's fellow white supremacist would feel knowing that his father, or was it mother, is a transgender? And how do the white supremacists feel knowing that this guy killed at least 2 white people and injured 3 others? But then again, the racist right-wing ideology isn't the most important thing to these people. The most important thing is have white children, regardless of whether you bother to raise them or not. This guy is talking about giving their bloodline a chance. How does vandalizing a black church, or even harming black people for that matter, give the white bloodline a chance? White numbers are falling off a cliff, and black people have zero to do with that. How did this moron's one idiot crusade do anything to produce more white children or to keep any white people from dying? His father, on the other hand, decided, you know what, not enough white people are dying. I'd like to know what white person is safer because of this guy. This guy's father gunned down 2 white people and injured at least 3 others. I guess this must be what he meant when he said, give the white bloodline a chance. White supremacists don't have any common sense or common decency. But this is what happens when you live in a society that coddles this kind of degeneracy, lets them spout any asinine gibberish they want without correcting them or refuting them, and instead of telling them to shut up and sit down, instead the society bends over backwards to act like they might have a point. And just in case you were wondering, this Kevin Calantonio clown, he pleaded guilty to his crime, and now he's serving a 7-year sentence. But he ain't done causing trouble yet, because while he's in prison, he caught more charges, this time for throwing his bodily waste at the prison guards. This is typical low IQ behavior from the white supremacists, literally flinging their feces. Well, it's nice to see that the Neanderthals don't fall far from the cave. This is what most of these school shooters have in common: anti-black racism. That's the main thing that runs throughout all of this reprobate behavior. And just in case any of the inbred, mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging morons from the white right tries to do their usual, that's prejudicial, no, stupid, that's pattern recognition. This is why anti-black racism must be treated as the key warning sign for these mass shootings, because in a disproportionate number of them, that's the key factor. Whether it's Dylan Roof, Nicholas Cruz, Elliot Rogers, or Robert Dorgan, all of these reprobates have the exact same mentality. The mouth-frothing anti-black racism is the main thing that drives them. They may come from different geographical areas, different political ideologies, differing gender identifications. But the anti-black racism, that is the one factor that virtually all of these mass shooters have in common. But not surprisingly, it's also the one factor that you're not allowed to point out, because to do so would indict the majority population of this country, and it would also confirm yet again that the majority of thugs with badges in this country fit the exact same description as these mass shooters. And what bag of stupid would be complete without the usual reposting of online podcasting perverts like Lily and others? This guy was basically the prototype for literally every racist troll, op, and crap poster you've ever encountered or ever heard of. But as usual, this country will do what it always does, hit the collective snooze button and pretend as if this latest bloodbath didn't happen. And even if they have to confront it, well, we're certainly not going to admit to why it happened. But the sad truth is, if you want to stop the next savage mass murder before it happens, then you have to be honest about why the last mass murder happened.
Right.
Anti-Black racism is the warning sign.
Yeah.
If the thugs in blue treated the violent racist thugs like this Robert Dorgan and his son the same way that they treat law-abiding Black citizens, then these atrocities could never happen. Right. But then again, when you look at who the police are and what they believe and how they act, they're exactly like the killer was, only without the wig. So pay no attention to the usual chattering mouths on the white media who will say, yet another place that isn't safe. This entire society is not safe. Because this entire society is not based on justice. It's based on anti-Black racism. That is the poison that flows through its veins. And until this nation decides that it's going to stop re-injecting itself with anti-Black hate and to excise the cancer that it's taken upon itself, then the country will yet again have to hold its breath and wait for the next disaffected, sawed-off idiot with a gun and a phony grudge to come along and vent his unjustified rage. Yeah. But instead, what's going to happen is they're going to do a lot of distractions talking about the gender identification thing because that's a glittering distraction. People will be arguing about that, and they won't be talking about the real problem. So that's the goal, change the subject, which they will do. And that being the case, I recommend you stay away from any hockey games or any other places where these white supremacists tend to gather. Right. Because when they do, the only thing your kids will learn is how to duck and cover. And that's this week's Friday Crime Report. Keep your eyes open and stay on alert, because there's a lot worse criminals out there than the ones the white corporate media chooses to show you. Yeah. Good day and be one. I'd like to take a moment to mention some of our contributors: Wally Bilal, Good Citizen, Kirk, Jacques Hargett, and Pharrell Taylor. Salute to them and thank you to everyone for listening, liking, and sharing this message. Black empowerment only exists because of you.
That's right. Okay, I'm seeing something here in the chat. Okay, I want to address this here in the chat. I think this is Michael. Police always say when they find FBA's hanging on a tree, it is self-inflicted suicide when they know that the tree is too tall for someone to hang his or herself. You're right. Now, also, too, what they got that the Los Angeles County Sheriff's invented, Michael, you're going to love this one. Okay, when they shoot a person, okay, they said that he committed suicide by cop. Repeat.
Yep. That's what they're saying.
Suicide by cop.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Now he want to be real boisterous. What, Ruru? Go get your sister, Ruru. Go find Khalifa. Y'all hear him? Look, he just hopped on my damn shoulder. Hey, buddy. Say hi.
Well, see, you have to understand, when it comes to cats, you're the pet.
Oh, what is wrong?
The bowl is completely full, so it's not like they're starving. It don't look like they're missing any meals.
Goddess. Okay. Now, God, the one who brought up there that term suicide by cop was the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department about 1998, I think.
Look for your sister.
What? Suicide by cop, straight demonic. Yep. No, but you did. He
and also too, Goddess Navi up out of Altadena that I saw on mainstream media, brother Che. I'm just putting this in here, hot off the press. Okay, our Black people up there have not gotten their insurance payments from the Eaton fire. Repeat once again, our people in Altadena, they has still yet to get their insurance checks from the Eaton fire. Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
so that there's some bullshit that the state of California is putting up.
Yeah, I never knew until now why.
By the door.
Sit back here.
She's over there. She's over there. He's looking for her.
From 1998. Okay, could you specify, please, ma'am?
There you go, see? Or maybe not. Maybe he just wants to take it. Yeah, you know what? I'll still be bringing up on
I never knew that until now. Okay.
Yeah, I was in Altadena in 1998.
Wow. Oh, yeah, because you was in Pasadena. Yeah.
Right, yeah, because Pasadena is right across the street from Altadena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You see?
Well, y'all got a lot of sundown towns in California. We got a lot in
California
as well.
Yeah. Another sundown town for you is San Marino, California.
Shit, a sundown town for you is Loveland, Colorado.
I heard of it.
Aurora. Yeah, that's the quiet sundown town. Castle Rock.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I passed by Castle Rock. Okay, so Navi's saying is that she was living in Pasadena in 98 too. Okay.
Yeah. No, in 98, okay. I was right here on the east side.
Yeah. And if I recall, the summer of 1998 was very hot too.
It was. Well, them late 90s were pretty hot in general. Summer. But yeah, it was crazy. So we seen 26 years past 2000.
Yeah. And I remember, and everybody remember the Y2K scam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was crazy. We were 26 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
Mother didn't even think we was gonna make it to the 2000s. It was that crazy.
Okay, they don't want black people up there in Altadena. I don't know why they don't see that. You're right. Okay, is because Altadena, from what I understand, was kind of like a black professional community, as opposed to the City of Roses.
But, what I want to say about this shit, this motherfucker look just like this motherfucker we know out here that called us transphobic and homophobic. And we need to be banned from speaking at city council. This motherfucker named Anna. His real name is Adam or Alan, but he go by Anna now, and he looked just like this fool on your screen, on the screen, or
damn.
Not Lisa, with the previous he transformer, he she them they whatever the fuck that did that shooting.
Let's call them it's, man.
Let's
call them it's.
I call that transphobic, Shabbat, because I'll say you're transphobic.
Right.
Transphobic.
Yeah, that's what they'll call you.
If I let wild out, that's real wild shit.
Next thing you know, excuse my language, goddess Navi, I have to use this term, man, to make my point. Next thing you know, it'll be against the law for a man to like pussy.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because Brother Murray, Dr. Murray Tolbert, the one that has the book,
yeah,
Racism, White Supremacy, he said that shit to me back in 2019, right before he left to Africa.
Uh-huh.
He said the white supremacists gonna make it where it's illegal for a man to like pussy. He said it just like that, and I was like, "Damn, you're right." Because Nelly Fuller Jr. was talking about one of the 9 areas of human activity, which is sex, and how they want to make the new black vagina the white man's ass.
Oh man, I've heard it all now. Now that just fucked me up right there.
Yeah.
Lord.
I was as blown away as y'all when I first heard it. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh man.
Yeah, but that's what their agenda is. They have a whole gay agenda. Like, you can look that shit up. It's from the 70s. They've been planning this shit out since the 70s.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that they do, Brother Chase, that these clowns do plan long term. Yes, Shabaka, both those towns have an extremely hidden racist, negative history. Mm-hmm. I can't stand how people glorify Altadena since the fires is not a good town. No, it's not. Damn.
Purposely burnt that shit down there. It was Nabisco that did this shit.
Yeah, they really intentionally trying to get all that.
Okay, now under the kangaroo courts.
Hold on. Sabaka. We got to hear from Lady Shay. Lady Shay, what's your thoughts on that transformer that was a stick at the hockey rink, at the high school or whatever the fuck?
And we can't make any of that transgender stuff that Professor Black Truth was talking about make sense to us because it's confusing to us.
And it is confusing.
It's diabolical for them.
Sexual confusion.
And they really can't explain it to themselves.
Yeah.
They have like a whole alphabet and like 7 or 8 acronyms.
And letters.
And letters.
And numbers.
But the fact is
numbers. They have numbers.
They have the caudacity and the caudacity to go ahead and disrespect and say that we're dead naming or mislabeling or whatever,
misgendering.
But in my opinion, my defense, I look at this.
Get down, baby.
If I address you as you present, so you look like a bitch with a beard. I think
you got a whole 6 o'clock saddle.
No, like a whole beard.
Yeah.
Like a whole beard, and I'm gonna call you sir.
Right.
Because the beard is what's throwing me off.
Right.
If you was really living like a woman,
right,
you wouldn't have a fucking beard.
Right.
At all. Not even a little bit.
Right.
You wouldn't have no chin hair, no mustache.
None of that.
Goatee, chops, none of that shit. You would be rocking as an actual woman. That was really your thing.
Right.
You was really living it.
Right.
But this half shit is like, I got the weave and tight ass little skirt, whatever, showing like major print, and I got a beard. Mm-hmm. And I'll fight you like a whole nigga. No. Because you're half in, half out. That's not living a true identity.
Right. And that's sexual predator
that
behavior.
That right there is code switching whenever it's convenient for you.
And it's sexual predator.
Well, tell them to go get some triple blade razors.
No, listen, no, they don't touch this on purpose. This is intentional, right? So, for example, if like I go to the hospital, right? Security guard got I would say braids, but he'll probably say they're locks, right? Whatever, right? And presenting as a man with a beard. But I'll say, thank you, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. It's ma'am. What? Or whatever, cuz. Whatever, cuz it may just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Right? Because in my opinion, I'm going to treat you.
Yeah, goddess. I know about out to dinner, Pastor Dinner.
According to how you present. Right?
Yeah, so he knows about them. He lived them.
So the motherfucker at city council, right? In our city council area, because they talking shit to us, they're racist.
Oh, they're racist.
Right? And they want us to ban me, right? Really, it's me, right? Because I'd be like, all right, whatever, right? But cuz is a man.
Oh my god.
Trying to, I don't know, maybe acting like a woman, pretending, but he got a whole fucking beard. He got a deep ass voice.
Right.
He got hairy legs.
Right.
He's a man. Like I'm gonna treat every situation as it presents itself. Because
I take it, Lady Che, he's got to stand up to piss, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he's clearly a dude.
Yeah, a regular dude. That's what I was.
Good God Almighty.
I'm like, one of them immigrant children call you at night? Thea or Theo? What you wearing? A nightgown or shorts and t-shirt? I'm serious. Real question, right? Real question. You wearing a nightgown? You wearing shorts and t-shirt? Because they call you sir or ma'am. Like, what's really going on, right? Because if I'm confused, you gotta think what the children think, right?
Right.
That's a mad confusion. But you want to explain it to me, bitch? You can't explain it to me.
Right.
All you can explain is that you're half in, half out. When it's convenient for you, you'll be a man because you're white. So you got $1 million worth of whiteness already.
Right.
And when it suits you to get benefits or whatever,
you'll be a
right?
woman.
Incentive.
Or pretend to be a woman.
Or whatever. You'll pretend to be a woman. You go to jail, you're going to act like a bitch. You're going to pretend to be a woman because you can't handle the man side. Right? But if you was really living like a woman, or you were really living like a woman, You shave, you dress like a woman, you talk like a woman, you present yourself like, even if you was ugly, present yourself like an ugly woman, but you be living as a woman. Like walking, talking like a woman.
Oh, that was not a coincidence at all. They did that on purpose.
But instead, you half in, half out with a weave and a beard. How can I take you seriously?
Right.
How can you take yourself seriously?
Right.
Anna. How you going home to your mama?
Anna.
How you going home to your mama? No real shit. As especially with black people.
Oh yeah.
You got a beard and a weave. Cause how you go home to your mama? Real shit. I want to know. Let's be honest.
Or just like that fool there in Chicago.
Oh my God, not Joshua. Not Joshua.
Yeah, remember Joshua that tried to go into the woman's restroom in Chicago?
No, James. No, Justin. I said take that shit off. No, I'm not gonna call you Janice. I don't have no daughter.
Right.
That's what you want to hear.
Right.
You mean you do that with your little friends when you get back to the city.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Play dress up over there, but you're gonna do it over here.
Right.
Embarrassing, right? I have no
take that
other
monkey
daughter.
shit off. You embarrassing us.
You're embarrassing us. We can't take you nowhere. Go put your pants on. We got regular clothes upstairs. You know where your shit is. Stop playing. Right? You ain't gonna go with a beard, a mini skirt, hairy ass legs, and a whole weave. A lace front at that. Baby hairs and shit. And then snapping and teeing and all that extra fucking shit that's weird. You know what I mean? And then you want us to take it seriously. That's not our culture, A.
Right.
That's them people's. And that's you're not living it. I'm from the 80s because I remember when actual men dressed like real women and were literally living like women. Or they were doing shows on the weekends and doing drag.
Yeah, I remember you was telling me that, Navi and Breeze. You was telling us that you had a dream about this.
Like that's confusion. This new age shit is for the birds. It's like I think it's all for incentives.
Shabaka, do you see her comment on the screen?
Yeah, exactly, Jesse. I'm glad I had been long gone for 10 years when it happened. I had a dream a month before it happened that Eaton Fire was going to happen. I saw a lot of burned up property in my dream. Okay. Hey, Goddess Navi, can you give me the winning numbers on the Keno here in Las Vegas? I split the money with you.
Lady Che can.
I have psychic moments all
goddamn day. Has. She's been predicting shit all day.
I predicted the Clarissa Shields fight and the Garcia fight.
Yeah.
And in my didn't mean to, I forgot I accidentally. I was talking about it. But it wasn't her fault. I was talking about it.
Yeah.
3 hours and she had got her access from Lady Eater. But what else did I predict today?
It was something else she had predicted.
Okay, he says it becomes will do. Okay.
There. And I hear the phone of you, but you right.
Yeah. Right when you said it, he called.
Right. I've been on it all day.
Yeah.
Like for a week, and easily. My psychic skills.
Yeah, Lady Che has been on point with her psychic skills.
Shit for like the last.
But Goddess Nabi said she had a dream about the Altadena fire like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Altadena. Michael's in the building.
Oh shit.
Salute, Michael. Good evening to you. Can you hear us? You're muted.
Oh yeah, I can hear you guys. Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Good, good.
Okay, your comment is in Altadena, California, majority of politicians are immigrants. Fact. And it is hard for FBA residents to get compensated for homes being destroyed by the wildfire. The more immigrant politicians create red tape. Yeah, that there's California politics. You're right about that.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and I say that. Yeah, I say that because states that
have premonitions too.
Look, I said it. All that happened. I said all that. I said black people don't sell that property.
Yeah.
No matter if they burned your shit up, whatever. Do not sell your land. Then white people want that shit. That's why they set it on fire.
Yeah.
They want you to leave so they can buy that land.
That's their way of running you out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then too, land is a factor of production.
Yes.
Right.
But you gotta have people for production
to
do the labor.
All that people had houses and things like that there for a long time.
Yeah.
All that stuff is worth money to them. They
3 and 4 generations ever since about the early 1920s, Lady Che.
Right.
Actually, over a century now.
The white people want the black land and the property right there.
Yeah.
All those properties are worth money.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
They want that. That was a man-made fire. That was a man-made fire. That was no motherfucking act of God or you know what I mean? The ancestors got mad. No. That was a actual motherfucking blend-in man-made fire. And they took that part right there out together. They knew that was valuable. I mean, everything else was like, oh, whatever. But Altadena, it was like that's legacy property.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saved up their bread for those little houses up there, and it over time built up equity, built up money.
Yeah, after 1964.
Yeah, that's generational assets.
Well, right.
Or something.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen next? With the rains coming in off the coast of California, then you're going to have more mudslides.
Right. Yeah. Check it out. Why you think FEMA and all that shit didn't get help? They didn't get help. Right? So all the insurance, they couldn't capitalize on the insurance. Be there anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And also home insurance in Altadena is very expensive. So it's like
higher. So
exactly.
So it's like, what's the point of rebuilding when they could just do
that's why they want to leave.
Right.
And it's so hard for black people to get the insurance, right, for natural disaster, whatever. But at the same time, Trump cut off the FEMA.
Right.
Right? FEMA was cut off for other places too. But they couldn't get
also too, Lady Che.
If you leave the property,
let's
get Michael's thoughts on this transgender
that
pulled this.
Okay, but I want to say this here about the water situation there in Altadena. Now, they talking about that the fire department didn't have no water, right? Now, explain to me of how the entire fuck that California is on the coast of the world's largest ocean, and you mean to tell me you couldn't have no super scoopers go out there and get that water and drop it on there?
Yeah. That's mentioned all the convict leaks in there.
Right, convict leaks and all that. The people pull out the fires were actually illegal immigrants.
Tommy was helping facilitate.
Right. They paid the motherfuckers nothing to go fight the fire, and they wouldn't even go tap into the ocean. The ocean, okay?
That's when Kamami was the Attorney General of the state of California.
Yeah.
They were barely flying over there to put that shit out. They didn't give a fuck. That was a man-made fire. Yeah. They did fire. They started the other fires first.
Yeah. Well, remember the Paradise Fire that damn near burnt Hollywood down?
Yeah.
The Paradise Fire, that was up there in wait a minute. Okay, no, that was the Pacific Palisades Fire, Brother Che.
Yeah. No, there was another one, Shabaka. It was
the Paradise Fire. And I remember that was in Central California, and the smoke was so bad, man, at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it looked like 5 a.m.
So
because I had to renew my driver's license.
With hills looking like a crisp.
Say what now?
What's the one that had the Hollywood Hills looking like a crisp, like a horror film? Like
wait a minute.
That too was a man-made fire.
What was the name of that?
Okay,
fire?
I believe that was a Pacific Palisades Fire, Brother Chase, because when you go west of Hollywood in those mountains, you're still in the city of Los Angeles.
Fire was earlier. It's like when the pandemic started, like early 2020s.
Oh, man,
okay, that would be the Paradise Fire, I recall, because I was in the Bay Area at the time, and the smoke was so thick it looked like 5 o'clock in the morning just before sunrise at 12.
Actually in LA, Shabaka.
Who knows, man? During the COVID, listen, that's a long time ago.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going through my memory files.
COVID was a long time ago. Talking about last year.
Okay, wait a minute.
Talking about prior to that.
There's a fucking wildfire. There's at least 3-4 wildfires in California every year.
Yeah, all throughout the state, yes.
Yeah,
okay, because I remember they had one up near Gorman. I know that because I was traveling to Northern California from Southern California.
This one had Hollywood look like a horror flick. Like the Hollywood Hills were on fire, Shabaka. Like it got all the way down to like Inglewood.
And it looked like the movie Volcano, right?
Yeah, it looks similar.
Yeah, wait a minute. Okay.
They all look bad.
2000.
Okay. Okay, Goddess is saying that there was fires in 93 009.
2009.
2009.
Wait a minute.
2009.
Every year is a fire.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I do recall when I was living in Los Angeles, Brother Che.
Yeah.
They did have a couple of fires up there in the Hollywood Hills. I remember that. I also remember that they in the early 60s they had the Baldwin Hills fires.
Yeah.
Because Baldwin Hills and what is that? Next to Baldwin Hills, View Park. Okay, that there was kind of like the Black Beverly Hills. In the 50s and 60s, you know, when blacks were starting to get roles off in the Hollywood movies and stuff like that. But keep in mind that Hollywood was segregated all the way up till 1964. They didn't allow black people to live in Hollywood or that part of Los Angeles until 1964.
Right, when the Civil Rights Act was passed.
Yes, sir. Because you had a lot of black movie stars who was living up there in the Baldwin Hills. Ike and Tina Turner lived up there. You know what I'm saying? Not Eartha Kitt. I don't know about Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis. I think they did have a home up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Harry Belafonte had one. Sidney, he always had his mansions down there in the Bahamas.
Right. Oh,
okay,
Jesse.
wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and just bringing back some memories there, Brother Che.
Yeah.
And I think Marla Gibbs had her crib up in there too when she had the nightclub over there off of Washington and La Brea called Marla's Memory Lane.
Yeah. All right, so to the next topic because we've been on this topic for too long.
All right.
Next topic, the potential war in Iran. So Lisa's gonna give us an update on that.
Right.
Jesse, I just want to add something very quickly.
All right, go ahead, Michael.
I know you asked me what's my opinion about the trans. Yeah, I said in the comments, what's even worse is trans acting as undercover agents than heterosexuals. So I say, whenever you guys get put by police, be careful about trans cops. They're even worse. And they do a good job of disguising themselves as undercover.
Wow. Trans cops.
Yeah, meaning like, in other words, a cop can look very masculine, right? A male cop, but then you find out a cop who talks sounds like a woman, but fights like a man. Wow. So just be careful. I would just saying just to be careful, and also Democrats are getting very excited with trans rights because they know that trans people look like them, like the Beckys, Brads, Karens, Kens, and Thomas, as a way to I guess to suppress, FBAs from demanding substance.
Yeah,
it's really about racial hierarchical control.
You just said the same thing Lady Che said. Just echo Lady Che.
Yeah.
All right, so moving along, this war or potential war in Iran. So U.S. military ready to strike Iran this weekend. Breaking political and global news.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. It's not surprising to me when things occur on the Shabbat. I think this is part of the prophecy, and Donald Trump, let's face it, he don't like all this stuff coming out about the Epstein files, and he needs a distraction. And yes, he will resort to war for that distraction if that's what he needs to do. So it's a lot going on, y'all. Now, I got a live stream coming up at 6:45 today. Iranian hackers are saying they got actual footage of Donald Trump doing things to minors in their possession. And if Donald Trump strikes Iran, they will release these videos. So they were able to hack and get, and from what I understand, quite a couple of videos of Donald Trump doing some really crazy things. So we shall see. This sure sounds interesting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a video that came out from CNN, because they put the story out along with other publications this morning about the strike happening this weekend. And, you know, I was also looking at reports of how they have been spending the last several days heavily building up around that region. It is a lot of military buildup around Iran that has occurred over the last several days. So they are definitely anticipating a strike. That's why, if you remember, I did a live a few weeks ago. They were telling Americans to, you know, accept the possibility of having an attack on American soil. You know, all these years, America has always been attacked outside of the country if there were attacks on Americans. But now, if there is a war, they are saying no, it's almost a certainty that there will be a strike in the land. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Shabbat shalom to everybody in the chat so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you.
A massive U.S. military buildup is underway right here in the Middle East. Even as the U.S. and Iran are back at the negotiating table, it's clear the United States is preparing for possible military action. Over the course of the last month, more than 250 U.S. military cargo planes have landed in theater, based on a CNN review of flight data. That's a significant uptick in activity, which suggests some of these flights are tied to preparations for potential operations against Iran. That number also includes flights to U.S. bases in Europe, which have traditionally supported U.S. military operations in the Middle East. Those flights involve cargo planes that can carry everything from personnel to vehicles to heavy equipment like air defense systems that we know the United States is deploying in the Middle East. Satellite imagery is also giving us a look at the U.S.'s more muscular posture in the Middle East. This is Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the U.S.'s largest in the Middle East. A month ago, you can see 16 planes on the tarmac. A few weeks later, there are 29 planes, including 7 C-17 cargo planes and 17 KC-135 tankers. Those tankers are used to refuel jets mid-flight, a critical component of any air assault on Iran. At this air base in Jordan, 12 F-15 fighter jets recently appeared in satellite imagery. We've also identified the deployment of Patriot air defense systems at that large U.S. air base in Qatar. These would be critical to protecting U.S. assets in the region in the event of Iranian strikes. The U.S. also has plenty of naval assets in the region. A U.S. aircraft carrier and 3 warships arrived in the Middle East last month. A second aircraft carrier strike group is also now on its way. But this is just what we can see from publicly available information. The last time the U.S. struck Iran in June, we also saw a big buildup of military force in Europe and the Middle East. But it was 7 B-2 stealth bombers that delivered the biggest blow in Iran, according to the Pentagon. Those flew in undetected from the United States.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. Let me stop this one. Now, we're going to look at some more news reports plus reaction from people over this strike that they're anticipating this weekend. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, please give me a 1 again if you can see my screen. Well, there's a lot of people saying Israel is getting their wish. They wanted America to go in there and strike Iran. Because the last time Israel and Iran were going back and forth, Iran was really getting the upper hand on them. Thank you, everybody.
Listen, this war is going to be brutal. Listen what I'm telling you, man. I don't think y'all know the size of fucking Iran. I don't think y'all know the size. It's going to be a lot of troops, man, taking forward this shit. Listen what I'm telling you, man. Because Trump's sending boys and girls, men and women into unknown territory, man. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Iran is big as fuck. And every citizen over there in Iran is not on board with the United States coming in that bitch. I don't give a fuck about them protests and shit that they were showing y'all on TV. That was a number of those motherfuckers, but it's a lot more of them. Listen what I'm telling you. So the best game is y'all better keep striking in that motherfucker, because when you put U.S. boots on the ground in Iran, that shit ain't safe for them. That's not Afghanistan. That's not fucking Iraq. These motherfuckers are large, and they got little groups and shit, man. Trump is putting us in bad fucking business, man. It's bad shape. Him and Nanhum. Listen what I'm telling you, man. This motherfucker is stacking up all our U.S. pieces, man. Damn, they look like everything we fucking got. Thinking that they finna go in there and bulldoze them people. You got Russia and you got fucking China. They gonna be supplying Iran just like the United States and NATO is supplying Ukraine. As long as that war goes on, they gonna keep on continuing to motherfuckers supply them. You know why? Because now all of the U.S. attention is focused on one subject, on motherfucking Iran. Now you ain't got time to look and see what's going on in Russia or what China doing by Taiwan and all this other shit that's going on. You focused on one target and they gonna feed that motherfucker to keep the bitch distracted. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. And for y'all motherfucking Iranians that's over there, yeah, Trump come save us and all that crazy shit. Some of y'all gonna get fucked over in this shit too. Because they gonna be using weapons that you ain't never seen before. See what Hawaii looked like. You see what the motherfuckers in Venezuela said that the ears and shit was ringing and all this crazy shit, man. This war is gonna be brutal on our soldiers and all. And you got motherfuckers like Lindsey Graham. Oh, we need to do this and we need to do that. Shit your motherfucking ass down. Because you ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. You ain't prepared to scrap up and go help. Pussies like you been keeping shit like what's going on now in the world going on for a long time. Bitches that sit in a suit and don't do shit but run their fucking mouth, but send people, children, to go fight for that shit. Because at the end of the day, Lindsey Graham and Trump ain't gonna give a damn when an American soldier, you know what I'm saying, go down. A family be grieving. They just gonna look at it like it's a short commercial and go on to the next thing, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, so pay attention to what's going on with this shit, man. They'll tell you, they'll make it look like this is easy peasy. Man, these folks, man, taking us into a war in 2026. Listen, man. Listen. Stack up on your shit, man. Because you strike that bitch, somebody might hit a grid. Y'all step out there. Get it out the mud.
Here at home. Today, the president is hosting world leaders for the first Board of Peace meeting focusing on the future of Gaza.
Meanwhile, the U.S. military is ramping up its presence in the Middle East as the administration pushes Iran to abandon its rogue nuclear program. Lucas Tomlinson joins us from Washington with the very latest. Hi, Lucas.
Well, good morning, Carly and Todd. President Trump will preside over his first ever Board of Peace meeting today in Washington, focused on the future of Gaza. One of the major questions hanging over the meeting is the disarmament of Hamas and who will provide peacekeeping forces. At the White House, there's also a question of funding the reconstruction if Hamas lays down its weapons.
And will that be sort of the down payment for much more money?
You'll be hearing more about that tomorrow at the meeting. If you recall, at the first meeting when we were in Davos, Jared Kushner did provide a very detailed PowerPoint presentation for the vision of Gaza, the reconstruction and the humanitarian efforts, of course, providing local security on the ground. First, you must achieve security to get to prosperity, which is sort of the second part of this plan.
The Board of Peace meets in Washington as the U.S. military buildup in the Middle East continues. The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group will be in the Mediterranean soon if she didn't pass through Gibraltar last night. Dozens of fighters
I got a question.
To join naval assets, including
how the hell are you going to name a U.S. battleship after a president who was never elected president or vice president?
Operation Midnight Hammer over the summer. And elite search and rescue assets have already arrived to rescue any downed pilots if necessary. Top national security officials met in the White House Situation Room yesterday to discuss planning. The first strikes could take place as soon as this weekend. Axios reports, quote, a U.S. military operation in Iran would likely be a massive weeks-long campaign that would look more like a full-fledged war than last month's pinpoint operation in Venezuela, sources say. Iran has said it will hold joint exercises with Russian forces in the Gulf of Oman. That puts those forces just a few hundred miles away from the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier strike group on station in the Arabian Sea. Now, today, the Board of Peace meets. In the days ahead, guys, the potential for war with Iran exists. Carly, Todd?
Yeah, and Iran and Russia conducting these exercises together is, of course, no surprise and very telling. Lucas Tomlinson, live for us in Washington. Lucas, thank you. Let's bring in Fox News contributor and former CIA station chief Dan Hoffman. Dan, good morning to you. When it comes to Iran, it really does feel like the other shoe could drop at any moment when it comes to a possible military intervention. And to echo what Lucas was saying, Axios did report this yesterday. The Trump administration is closer to a major war in the Middle East than most Americans realize. And it could begin very soon. And they go on to say with Trump, anything can happen, but all signs point to him pulling the trigger if talks fail. Do you agree with that assessment that we are close to a major war in the Middle East?
Yeah, I think we've made it clear that we have the military assets in the region to strike Iran if necessary. And the key thing is that we're messaging Iran very bluntly that if Iran doesn't come to the negotiating table in good faith to negotiate, then we are prepared to launch kinetic strikes. I think that's the purpose of all of this public discussion. And if the Iranians are wondering whether President Trump will follow through, they can just rewind the tape and look back to the strike against IRGC Commander Soleimani or the strikes against Iran's nuclear program, their facilities back in June of 2025.
Yeah, that's a great point. Didn't happen too long ago. And you mentioned kinetic strikes. Here's Senator Ted Cruz yesterday talking to Sean Hannity about what possible military action would look like. Watch this.
President Trump is not an isolationist, but he's also not an interventionist. We are not going to see a ground invasion of Iran. We're not going to see hundreds of thousands of troops on the ground. We're not going to see massive American casualties. But the president is willing to defend American national security interests.
And meanwhile, Dan, the Ayatollah is, of course, doing everything he can to drag these negotiations out and keep the talks ongoing while also trying to project strength himself, saying any possible military intervention would mean a long, drawn-out regional war. What are Iran's capabilities in doing such a thing right now?
Well, Iran is trying to demonstrate that they have the leverage to strike back at the United States. And they're doing that because they want to limit the scope of the negotiations. What Iran wants to do is talk only about their nuclear program. They want to retain the capability to enrich uranium, which the Trump administration is rightly against. Also, remember that the Trump administration, the first one, withdrew from the JCPOA because it did not address Iran's ballistic missile capability or Iran's material support to proxy terrorists. There were sunset clauses for Iran's nuclear program. We need to deal with all of those things. Iran doesn't want to. And that's why I think Iran is trying to demonstrate, including with these latest military drills with Russia, that they have some military leverage of their own. At the end of the day, I think our military capacity in the region is enough, certainly, to inflict great harm on Iran. But I think we've got war planners in the military with our intelligence community, war gaming this out, how these strikes might result in any sorts of Iranian retaliation. I think that's what's ongoing right now
and they
in Washington,
apparently,
D.C.
still have the largest ballistic missile arsenal in the Middle East and probably growing by the day. But I also want to get to really quickly this Board of Peace meeting that's taking place. I mean, it is historic for a president to create this sort of global body to, rebuild a war zone. But there are still a lot of questions that remain, including Hamas demilitarization and if the next government will be successful in the region. So what can we expect really quickly today and beyond?
Probably a lot of discussion about a strategic plan. Phase one is over, but in phase...
Tonight, we know the president is indeed weighing a limited U.S. military strike on Iran, a strike he said today he hopes might push the country to dismantle its nuclear program as talks continue in Geneva. And the president today also, for the first time, put a U.S. estimate on the number of protesters killed by the regime, pegging it at 32,000 people. Here's MTS Tayeb.
Tony, good evening. Well, as President Trump continues to surge major U.S. military assets into the region, Iran is insisting diplomacy is still alive and that it will submit a written proposal to Washington within the next 2 to 3 days. But the core disputes remain unresolved, namely Iran's nuclear program, its ballistic missiles, and its regional proxies. Tehran has also issued a warning of its own. If attacked, it will retaliate. At U.S. bases in the region, which house tens of thousands of American troops, would be considered legitimate targets. Now, behind all this is also a hardening calculation in Tehran. Sources tell CBS News Iran's leadership believes the current U.S. terms will not guarantee real security or sanctions relief. And so talks are no longer being pursued at any cost. The picture tonight, a narrow diplomatic window remains open as the U.S. military continues to scale up and an Iranian leadership signaling it's prepared to respond. Tony.
MTS, thank you very much.
It's pretty crazy to me that no one's talking about the fact that the United States is about to go to war with Iran. Donald Trump has committed so many war crimes during this second term that it's easy to lose track of them. But the same situation that happened in Venezuela, where we knew that he was setting up some kind of military action, it was just a matter of when. That same thing has been happening in Iran for a while now, and the other shoe was about to drop on that, basically. Iran, for a second, looked like it was going to have another cultural revolution where the people that were oppressed by the totalitarian religious government resisted. Unfortunately, that uprising looks like it failed. Tens of thousands of people were lost, and now it looks like it's just back to business as usual for the Iranian government. And Trump doesn't like that because Trump really wants to have another country as an oil state. Basically, he just wants another country that the United States' business owners could extract resources from for a very cheap price. Like, for instance, with Venezuela, like Trump bombed a bunch of boats saying that it was because of illegal substances that were coming to America and he wanted to protect America's addicts. But the literal second that Trump had Maduro in his custody, he immediately started talking about how, we're going to build the oil infrastructure and make Americans very rich. Iran has similar oil capabilities, and they actually have bases there where they wouldn't need to build new oil infrastructure. Like, they already have everything they need to turn Americans profit if they had complete control over there. And yeah, that's what Trump's doing. He's moving the military stuff over to the Middle East, and it's pretty obvious that he's going to attack soon. People are speculating that it could be before the week is over, right? Just because the State of the Union address is coming and Trump is going to need that to talk about the wins that he has or whatever. So why not another war in the Middle East, right? Plus, the midterms are coming up. He wants to do something that's going to make his fans happy. Does this make them happy? I don't know. But save this video. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Hi. We're getting ready to go to war with Iran. You heard me correctly. Ships have been maneuvering overnight. And if you're counting, I believe this will be the 10th attack on another country from the president of peace and no new wars. This will cost us billions of dollars. If you did not know, we are still trying to run Venezuela, and we've also run Cuba into the ground. Meanwhile, the United States of America continues to decline. Home foreclosures are skyrocketing, jobless claims, inflation, many, many things are failing in the US. So the guy that you didn't want to spend any money on other countries has done everything, including spending money on other countries. And I did warn you at the beginning of his term that Republicans love war. And this is just a heads up. We will be hitting Iran any day now. And who knows how many military people will be killed. And this will cost us billions. We are only, I think, 13 months into this. The USA will be broke and a disaster because it already is. We're about $39 trillion in debt. So you could think a Republican, I will follow up more when it does happen. It's going to happen any day now.
All eyes on Iran as the U.S. is ramping up military assets in the region. And reports indicate that the U.S. is prepared to strike Iran as soon as this weekend, though no final decision has been made. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says some progress has been made at the Geneva talks, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio is headed to Israel next week to update Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on the U.S.-Iran nuclear talks. We have a live report on that later this hour.
The U.S. military is prepared to strike Iran as early as this weekend, sources are telling CNN. But President Trump, who has privately argued for and against strikes, has yet to make a final decision on what to do. This comes amid a significant U.S. military buildup in the region, with another aircraft carrier strike group on the way, and Iran bracing for possible strikes as new satellite images show rapid fortification at several Iranian nuclear facilities, with concrete and large amounts of soil being used to bury key sites. Out front now, Seth Jones, former advisor to the commanding general of U.S. Special Operations Forces in Afghanistan. So, Seth, the military is ready to go, clearly, or they're very close to being so. There are significant assets in the region with this other aircraft carrier strike group on the way. Do you think it is more likely than not that the U.S. will attack Iran?
Well, Brianna, the fact that we've got now 2 carrier strike groups that will be available in the region, I mean, those are costly deployments. And so I think without a breakthrough in diplomatic negotiations, which we have not seen, that I do think that we're seeing a higher risk of the U.S. conducting strikes. And of course, that then leads to this question about what's the U.S. objective here. I suspect that the U.S. objective is probably going to be limited to things like nuclear facilities, potentially Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps sites, rather than bigger objectives like regime change. That is a lot more risky. The U.S. doesn't have ground forces there. It doesn't look like it's going to ever put any in. So I think that's sort of where we sit right now.
President Trump often watches this show. He may not admit it, but he often watches this show, as do members of the Senate and the House. I'm curious, before you go, what would your message be to the president and the members of Congress?
The message is that previous U.S. administrations, even the current U.S. administration, have tried almost everything against us. A war, sanctions, snapback, everything. But none of them worked. If you talk with the Iranian people with the language of respect, we respond with the same language. But if they talk to us with the language of force, we will reciprocate with the same language. I think Iranians have proved to be very proud people. We only respond to the language of respect. And this is the way that they can talk to us and they would see the result.
During break, I spoke with someone very high in the Trump administration. I'll just say intimately aware of all the details of the negotiations, and a few insights that this administration official had on what we just heard. The foreign minister said that there was at no time a demand for no further enrichment. What our negotiators told him was, the president's position is no enrichment. But the burden is on you. If you think you can come back with a counter, the burden is on you to show us what safeguards will be put in place so you will have a nuclear program for power like every other country. Also said, we want a detailed proposal. We've been talking about this for over a decade. We need it in a week, not in 3 years. That won't work. And finally, I was told by this administration official that the burden placed on the Iranians was a heavy burden because of the lack of trust, because, in the words of this official, they have broken every agreement with us that they've ever had. So, again, it's Donald Trump, the president, with a maximalist position. That was taken to the foreign minister, and the U.S. negotiators told the foreign minister, all right, you don't like this maximalist position? Convince us you can have a peaceful nuclear program.
What happened to the sound?
All right, y'all. You know, it's the same as always. They start all the wars, and our people have to go to war, and they start all the war. It's like a cycle that just keeps happening over and over. You know, y'all can say whatever you want about us. We didn't start nary war up in here. The same people that's jumping a war off right now are the same ones that started every last one of them over here. So this is nothing new. But I do pray for all of our people, because I got military people in my family, and I know many of you do, and some of you yourself are in the military. My prayers go out, no matter what, that you will always be safe. But we know in these final days, that is not a guarantee. It is not. You know, it's going to be many losing their life in this final war. We shall see. Donald Trump, I absolutely do not trust. I think he will do anything to get everybody looking away from the Epstein files, even if it means putting your family and everybody at risk to do so. Yes, I think he would stoop that low. Antithesis, thank you once again for your support for my channel. Alcha supporting. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, I tell you what, if something does come on U.S. soil, it's one way to get rid of all these immigrants. I bet you they'll hightail their ass the hell up on out of here then. You'll let one bomb hit America. I promise you, you won't have to have ICE on the street anymore. Many of them are going to leave on their own. Trust me, they are.
And then I noticed I saw a lot of activity.
I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I have another live at 11:45, and at 1:45 we have our Bible study. So y'all, I will see you then. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Yep.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing.
All right, Shabaka, what's your thoughts on the last video?
Okay, it's like I said earlier today when I was out in my travels, I did see a lot of activity from the Air Force out by Nellis.
Okay.
Or chemtrails that were up in the air.
Wow. Okay.
So maybe they're on some type of maneuvers, you know, getting ready. Because keep in mind is that in the military, they know what's getting ready to go down before the general public does.
Yeah. Lady K,
What?
what are your thoughts on the potential war in Iran?
I don't know what to think about it. I'm not really into it. I wasn't going to pay attention. I just feel like, I think that the first dude that played, the dude was trying to tell us about how big Iran is. Like, yeah, I get that, but what that mean for here, for us here, I felt like you were going to leave it to some solution to us here, not the soldiers. You mean?
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's what I thought he was going to leave to. I was like, just more loud talking. You worried about the soldiers. Just when you worried about the soldiers.
Right.
Yeah, well, what that mean for us here? Like, how that go really affect us? Like, are we in danger? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta have to go into an underground shelter. Like, just that's what I want to know. I want to know what the people need to know. Like, you worried about the soldiers? They've been moving in on that shit. You know, Trump moved in over there by Venezuela.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you gonna do, Trump? You gonna kidnap another motherfucker? What you gonna do?
Right.
Like, you know, like that whole kidnapping of Maduro and shit that nobody wants to talk about nowadays. That was like mad entertaining. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna go bomb them again? You moving in with warships and you got the bases all full. Okay, he's kind of moving in on a whole bunch of different real estate. You know what I mean? And not really acting on it. Like, you ain't solved shit in Venezuela. Took over a whole country and gave it back to like the vice president of Maduro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't really change shit.
I can hear you typing, Shabaka.
You know, so I mean that brought us under Maduro, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, and you punked old girl out her Nobel Prize, Nobel Peace Prize. Like, what you really do? You ain't really take care of the people.
No.
You dig in Venezuela, these motherfuckers don't even want to go home yet.
Nope.
So, you know, that's crazy. What about Greenland? You punked everybody about Greenland, and then, you know, you got motherfuckers like Zelensky say, I'll stand up for Greenland. I'll stand for it. You know what I mean? And Greenland got all the little troops over there to man the little island.
Yeah.
You just wasted time. You fucking with talking shit to Canada. You know what I mean? You do this tariffs, and then you go back on the tariffs because you can't make that work.
Yeah.
Now it's like a 10-15 thing. But look, your tariffs is fucking up buying shit. Your tariffs costing the regular civilian lots of money, right?
You're right.
And you don't give a fuck. And while you're doing that, you're putting up data centers, you're filling your pockets. And in the end of the day, all that shit fucks up. We lose all our infrastructure here in the United States, like electricity, water, right? Yeah. These motherfuckers are not gonna know how to live.
Nope.
No. They're not gonna know how to live.
That's right. It's called living off the grid, Lady Che, is what you're talking about.
They got digital Bitcoin money that's kind of like fake money, right? The satellite gets knocked off by, I don't know, let's say the ancestral gods decide to throw a meteor and knock over a satellite out the sky, right? And it go digitally black, everything's gone, white, right? Them motherfuckers is not gonna know how to live, feed themselves, survive, work a vehicle. They too fucking pansy asses. They're gonna be like, oh my God, what do we do? Right? As we outside, digging around, hiding, trying to avoid militias or whatever, you know, little internal street politics. Right? These motherfuckers over there gonna panic and go into the little bomb shelters that will eventually maraud.
Yeah.
Right. And also I want to and also I want to add sorry, didn't want to interrupt. I just want to add to that, like I said in the comments I said earlier, that America has not learned its lesson by intervening in so many countries' conflicts when it comes to extracting resources, destroying people's homelands, and then we have to bring in them take them in as asylum seekers and refugees, and that costs a lot of money on taxpayers. And then not to even add insult to injuries, that taking care of troops is even very expensive. How much money we spent on combined military spending with Veterans Affairs, And if you add how much we spend on the 3 wars we've been involved since the 21st century, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iran, we're spending like I think we spent more than like $20 trillion collectively in the last 25 to maybe in the last 25 26 years. And even the Iran prime minister said, you know, we're very cordial people. We treat people with respect. But if President Trump bullies us, then we're going to bully back, or we're going to return the same energy. And it really tells me that Donald Trump is not about, you know, developing diplomatic relationships with prime ministers. He's about, we need to extract, make America look like it's superpower, but the American empire is falling. It's declining quickly and it's falling fast. And so for President Trump, that I don't know how much money he wants to spend on the military in Iran. Let's say, for argument's sake, let's say like what, $40 billion. That $40 billion could be a down payment for you, Jesse, Lady J, Sabaka, and several American freedmen in the form of limits-based cash payment reparations in the form of a down payment assistance. But I know Donovan Sadiq is probably going to disagree with me. Donovan's like, go Trump, you're the man, Trump. I'm kind of exaggerating.
Man, do you know how many of them dumpsters I cuss out on social media in a day, man?
Right.
Right, but
yeah, and Michael, this is more reason to impeach his ass.
There's no money in it. It's corporate. It's all about money.
Money, exactly.
So they don't give a fuck what they do with pillage. Like I said, you could take all of this from everybody. At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, it'll be the people that you stole from that are going to take it from you at the end of the day, because you won't know how to survive, feed yourself, or do anything. And you're living on digital promises and debt. When in reality,
and computers.
In reality, fuck the computers. It go down the drain, but we'll be able to make it.
Right.
Because at one point we didn't have none of this shit.
None of it.
Yeah.
We didn't have no digital data and all that shit. We had a motherfucking beeper.
Right.
Right.
And a pay for
Yeah, I had a pager and a beeper.
And also like cell phones too.
Yeah, we didn't
I remember when those first came out. They looked like great big walkie-talkies.
Yeah, like a brick phone.
To hang out with our friends.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to work, real jobs, and we knocked on the door. Hey, can you come outside? You know, are you busy? Let's go kick it. We didn't have all this texting and all this extra shit. All this data centers, because remember when they were scared of AI.
Yeah.
Now they're so welcoming to it, and they want to build these little basic storage units that are causing people motherfucking. That's what a data center is. It's just a glorified mailbox, right?
Yeah.
Glorified storage, like your Gmail storage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
But all that shit is causing brain damage, all kinds of problems. It's like air pollution, pollution. That's taking a tax on the water.
Yeah.
They need clean water. They don't use polluted water, and the electricity. And the whole time, they don't tell us what's really cracking up. They tell the affluent people in the neighborhood. So they up past it because they have to tell the regular people that give a fuck about the utilities like electricity and water.
Right.
Right. We wouldn't have none of it.
True. And you're 100% correct. And not only that, but also it adds on to the healthcare costs as well by putting data centers.
Exactly.
Right.
They drink polluted water so they can run clean water, stolen clean water on their little data shit. And it's all by design. They let motherfucking Elon Musk, Bezos, whatever, Zuckerberg, whoever else, right? Yeah. Run these big ass factories under little makeshift companies, right? 501(c)(3)s, whatever. Yeah. Right, whatever they get away with, and they're just getting it past the city council, just pass it. So there's no safety, there's no nothing, right? So it's added pollution on who suffers. This is racial fucking environmental racism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they got another word for it too, Lady Che. It's called genocide.
I'll tell you, watch
environmental genocide.
I covered it on the RVA.
Yeah, exactly.
Covered it on the RVA.
So did.
Very valuable information because it covers all wider spectrum of things. And the fact is that we as Black people aren't really knowing because we don't get all the information. You get 2 minutes of news information, maybe about a data center. You might hear it in city council. They'll say it so fast you make your head turn.
Yeah.
They'll do a town hall in a motherfucking gym setting. They'll design it, tell you what it is. You don't really have an opinion. They already made their decision, right? And the whole time they've already took the money, and accepted it, right? They've already put the the contracts through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole time they're taking all they're not only polluting the area, right? But they'll put them in areas that are already polluted, that they lied about and said was clean.
Yeah.
If you can't grow grass in your yard with the water that come out your house, it's polluted.
Right.
You know what I mean? If grass don't grow nowhere, it's polluted. If you turn on the faucet and your teeth turn brown from drinking the tap water, polluted.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is real shit.
I don't drink tap water.
Yeah.
I drink tap water. I go for
Right, and happened like do you remember in like Flint, Michigan, the water crisis was never resolved.
Right, and then the water
President
pipes.
Obama said the water, like Obama. You remember, I'm not sure when. I think Obama when he gave a speech, right? I think it was what 2016, 2021, when he was about to drink the tap water, but he was very cautious. I'm sure you guys remember that clip.
Yeah. They said it was safe.
Here's one for you, Michael. You're gonna love it.
Sir.
I went to Washington State, okay, and I was drinking water up there in Washington State, right?
Right.
When I got back to California, I says, "Let me see something here." I
I'm
put some tab water in the glass. I couldn't get it up to my face, man. I smelled so many chemicals in it.
Yeah.
Yep. That water's so bad it can light on fire.
Yep.
You can light it on fire, right? Secondly, like I'll show it. This shit is in my neighborhood, right? I didn't even know that there's a data center in my area, right?
Wow.
Right? I didn't even know. That's how much they keep it away from Black people, right? In my area, right? In my area, where I live in Aurora, just live in Denver, it's really like 10-minute drive. Nothing, right? In my area, I didn't even know. So you know, the kind of shit that my electric bill kept raising, and I kept thinking, me and my brother don't really use electricity like that.
Right.
No heat in our apartment for like 3 years. I ain't never had no heat. Right? I barely turn on the lights. I got a little lamp in my room. I don't like lights, you know what I mean? Hurt my eyes, whatever. I don't give a fuck, right? But we don't really use the electricity like that. Maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, that's about it.
Right. And they raise your rates intentionally, even though you don't use a lot of electricity in the house.
I want to shut my fucking electricity up for $80, right? Because I already submitted my LEAP application, right? The only thing causing me is because I have a medical excuse for why I need the electricity, right?
Right.
So, but I'm like, I ain't paying that shit. You're polluting and you're lying. You're lying. And they come to our communities, right? Energy companies, and sell us like a base entry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good for us. There's gonna be jobs. Ain't nobody got to talk about these jobs. Ain't nobody working jobs.
Right.
No.
Right. And not only that, but also the corporations receive tax breaks from various levels of government, state, federal, and local jurisdictions.
And we're paying for it. You're getting like a million different ways to pay for their fucking bullshit. And you can't feed your family. Or pay for something you really want for yourself. Your shit don't even match. Area, income, your living wage, your working wage, if you have a working wage, it don't even match because you're paying taxes for everything so they can collect and redistrict and have all this real estate to play around with, collect taxes on and tax and it's for tourism. It's gonna bring money back. Show me, make me believe, because all this shit up, I don't see no money come back yet.
Not even like a single dollar or penny from politicians who promised that there's going to be job creation in their districts, but they meant to say we're going to give
the complex coming up.
No.
What about the soccer stadium? Because when the big shit's done, right? are building, right? You couldn't get a job. What do you think about this? Like over there trying to build up the data center because they're hiring, right? You think you get a job there?
I might be able to get a job there.
No. Yes, it's no. Yes, it's no. You gotta have the skill sets, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, there's all this money. Sign up for a contract. That's a temporary job." Cause
yeah, no benefits too.
don't even get me started, man. I'm passionate about environmental racism.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Like I said, like Lady Tay, Jesse, Sabaka, you guys can always can use me as a source of when it comes to like understanding social economic disparities. So I kind of know something about it. Yeah, but as I was saying that, yeah, so I'm not surprised, really how like Donald Trump, Republicans, Democrats are focused so much on Iran, and it's like the conflict is much greater at home than abroad. So we need to really take care of home, especially when Donald Trump said in 2024, we're going to fix America first. So when he said fix America first, let's increase the military budget to like more than $1 trillion because Joe Biden weakened the military. And then all of a sudden, it was no longer American first. It's more like let's put foreign interests first over Americans. And so the Trump supporters got played and got manipulated. And now and you might find this very funny or ironic. The Trump supporters are now going back to the Democratic Party and saying to Kamala Harris, the Democrats, we regretted we shouldn't have voted for Trump. If we had known that Donald Trump is going to be America first. Or I'm sorry, not America first.
Oh my God, stupid.
Everybody,
especially the white Trump supporters I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Karens, Becky's, Jose, Miss Wynn, Miss Chen, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it like this. There's something in it for Trump to do all this. And you think he's gonna get some out of it, like maybe rare minerals or oil, whatever. Maybe you'll steal their technology, but ultimately he's just a fucking pirate. And is this gonna take one or two dictators to make phone calls and just turn around and say, fuck it, they're tired of that.
Right.
And it's all on us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So too much everywhere.
Yeah. Sabaka, would you say my numbers are correct in terms of how much we spend on the military? In terms of total spending in the last
spending?
25 years, like almost close to I say what
trillion.
$20 trillion, including like
no, it would be more than that, Michael.
Like 40 trillion, right?
No, I would say more like about 50 trillion.
50 trillion. Okay.
Yeah.
50 trillion. Right. Because when Donald Trump said he wants to spend billions of dollars on sending troops to Iran, I'm thinking like that billions of dollars could be your like down payment for Linux Base, cast payment reparations.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. And then also too, the black military veterans, the war veterans, that is, they should get an extra chunk when it comes to the reparations.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll cross that road when we get to it. But can we get the damn reparations?
Well, yeah, you got to get to first base first. Yeah, you got a point on that, check. Yeah.
Yeah. And even like Jesse, at least Che and Sabaka in the comms earlier, when I suggested to like this was when I was a volunteer with the NAASD, which stands for the National American Freedmen of Chattel Slavery. I suggested to Friday Jones, who was the president, who I volunteered briefly. I said, Friday Jones, we got to aim higher. Let's go to the White House and send a memo to President Donald Trump about cut the check. Or if President Trump cannot do it through executive order, but Donald Trump has the power to force Congress to take lineage-based cash payment reparations legislation very serious by creating the creating the cabinet position for American Freedmen Affairs Agency as a start. You know what I mean? Right. And Friday Jones and NAASD, they were like, I think they were being like too realistic. They're like, we can't convince President Trump at the top. And I said at the time, you never know if you don't try.
Right.
And Jesse was
that's
there.
True.
Yeah, I was there.
And that was entertaining. I think that you're onto something. I think that like when black people have a chance to speak to that motherfucker, they need to take every opportunity, every second, plug that shit. Because He gonna need us.
Right.
Right, exactly. Like
But we
what's
have to shit for it so we get something for us.
Right.
I want a
right.
blood breaking fucking contract.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. You know, like as a start, like I said before, even like when I was talking about when the FBAs attended Trump's speech
Yeah.
about Black American History Month, I said the lady and in the FBA should definitely take that moment, that one-time opportunity, and say, "Hey, President Trump, thank you so much for acknowledging foundational Black American history. Thank you so much for talking about recognitions. Now it's time for business. It's time for money, pay up, check."
She was acting up. I was like, what? Did you not even mention nothing about it? I said that. No, serious about that shit.
Right.
You have to ear the man for like what, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, maybe even a little longer. You can't, and you're in front of the camera. You're wilding out in front of the camera. You can't say, all right, yeah, that's cool. Thank you for saving us. Now cut that check.
Right.
And
You
Mike,
know,
walk off. You know what I mean?
right. I know what you mean. I totally understand. You know what this lady say? I think the reason why the FBAs did not demand Trump to cut the check at the podium, I'm sorry, at the event, is because the FBAs felt like we're free from Democrats. We need a break. We just need to still relax. And you're right, Lady Chen, I'm right. Yeah, they started taking this opportunity to say, "Hey, President Trump, we need that check. Are you gonna convince Congress? Hey, Congress, if you want the black votes."
Right. We are chilling, but in this time of chilling, that's
Right.
the agenda is reparations. You know, we have an agenda. We're chilling. Yeah, we're taking time for not fighting everybody else's shit. We're working on, but at the same time, we're supposed to be working on cut the check.
Right.
We're not supposed to be helping nobody but us, and that means cut the check.
Right. Exactly.
So anytime you see that motherfucker and you're black, FBA black, you need to take every fucking opportunity, especially in front of the camera, and either say, whatever. But at least somebody had it there that somebody was bold enough to say, yeah, thank you. We're so grateful. Woo. Now cut the check. Stop playing.
And you know, I was thinking too, maybe like Philip Scott should run for U.S. Senate. Run for U.S. Senate, and that way he could easily meet with President Trump. You know what I mean? And say, "Hey, Trump, we need to check for FBAs."
We need to get somebody. We need to get somebody solid.
Right.
I feel like Uncle Phil wouldn't be the right one.
Wait, why not?
For various reasons. A, if we're supposed to be punishing Democrats and Republicans, we can't put them out and how to fix it or how to get back in our good graces. You know what I mean? We should just shut everything down for real, so they can learn a lesson because they need to learn that they took this shit for granted. A,
right.
If you were serious about